let's just start with a couple of roll downs. So we are standing, feet and parallel at the back of your mat, which is great. And I want you to just drop the chin to the chest and allow the body to peel and roll over. Nice and relaxed. Bend the knees. Draw your tummy muscles in as you just peel and roll back up. Turn the palms up, feel that little chest. And again, drop the chin to the chest, rolling the spine down. Deeply bend the knees, draw in the tummy muscles as you peel and roll back up, chest up. One more time, drop the chin. This time we're going to roll all the way down onto the floor. And we're going to walk out onto hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So let's just start with the pelvis. So we're going to tip the pelvis under, and then we're widening the sit bones. So it's like a pelvis rock on hands and knees. So you scoop the pelvis under, just the lower back, and then you widen the sit bones, open, arch the back. So again, just isolating that pelvis. Feel the lower abs on the tuck the tail. Feel the tummy muscles lengthen as you arch. Now, lead into a cat stretch. Tuck your tail. Start pressing into the palms. Round the full spine. Let the head drop. Arch the back. Reverse. Open up the sit bones. Let the rib cage drop. Slide the shoulders down the back. And again, starting at the tail. Rounding the spine, feeling that lift, push into the palms, and then arching the back in the opposite direction. Good, we're gonna add on. Tuck your tail around your spine, scoop up. Shift your bottom halfway back to your heel, stay here. Start arching the back, lengthening through, shift forward to the hands. Tuck your tail around the spine, drop the head, shift back to your heels. Arching the back, chest comes through as you shift forward to the hands. Last one. Scoop round the spine. Head drops as you shift back to your heels. Arching the back, lengthening your chest through as you shift forward. Now, stay on hands and knees. Scapula movement. So shoulder blades move in towards the spine, push the floor away, shoulder blades move around the armpits. Yeah, so let's start the simple shoulder blades glide in, shoulder blades glide away. If you wanted to tuck your toes under and float the knees, you could do that, gliding the shoulder blades, hovering the knees off the mat. Oh, which is a wee bit trickier. Glide in, press away, last one. Drop the knees down. Just bring the backs of the hands to the floor and to the feet, sorry, and the forehead to the floor. So just releasing out your lower back in this position. Give the wrists a little bit of a break. Okay. So tuck all 10 toes under. Let's lift your hips up into a downward dog. Let the head hang. Really try and open the chest towards the thighs, sticking your bum up to the ceiling. Straighten one leg only. Through center, other side. So just walking through the feet, opening up the backs of the legs in that downward dog. Good. 2. Now, lift up high onto the toes. Peel forward into a plank position. Find your long line. Breathe here. Breathe into the ribs. Exhale, find your tummy. And then just hinge back into your downward dog, walking through the feet. We're going to do that 4 more times. So we're going to lift up high, peel forward into your plank position. Find your long line. And then you're going to open up the sit bones into your downward dog. And again, peel forward into your plank. Find your line. Open up, back into your downward dog. Last one. Peel forward into your plank. Drop the knees down. And we're going to lower our chest down slowly to the floor. So we're lying on our front. We're going to start with a little bit of glute activation. So the legs are as wide as the mat. I'm going to bend my knees and bring my heels together. Now, for me, naturally, my hips want to lift because my hip flexors are tight. So I want you to feel your hip bones and your pubic bone press into the floor. So 3 points of contact. Head relaxing on the hands. Now, press the pubic down, keep the hips down, and I want you to squeeze the heels and feel your glutes fire. See if you can isolate the bottom muscles. Release the heels, and again, squeeze. Hips and pubic bone are onto the floor. Now, pull the heels a little bit closer into your bum. Good, keep pressing that pubic bone and hip bones down. Squeeze the heels, feel those glutes fire. You might need to check with your hand that it's your butt that's working and not just your legs. Yeah, so press the pelvis down, squeeze the heels, feel your glutes work. Release. And again, squeeze. So we'll get a little bit of pelvic floor there. You want to think about your lower abs lifting, really trying to press the pelvis into the floor. You're almost imagining that you want your thighs to float. Your knees are almost lifting off the floor. Release, couple more. Squeeze. Waking up those glutes. And last one, squeeze, activate the bum. And release, lengthen the legs straight. Bring your hands into a diamond position. So make a diamond shape with your hands and the elbows are in front of your body. Let the head relax down. Roll the heels inward. Start to slide the shoulders down the back, and I want you to lift the upper back up. So I'm keeping my diamond shape on the floor, but I'm trying to really lift up with my head, sliding the shoulders down the back. Good. Inhale, release, down. Reaching the legs away, pointing those toes as we glide and lift up. So head and shoulders are lifting, sliding the shoulders down the back. Good. And then releasing over. 2 more. Glide down, slide the shoulders. Feel that head and shoulders lift up. Good, and release 1 more time. Reach through the legs. Now this time, could we float the arms with you? And then lower the head and shoulders back down. 2 more, float the head and shoulders with the arms. Lower and down. Last one, really working those glutes. And release. Bring the hands by the side, bring your legs together, bring your left ear to the mat. So full burrito pose. Give the back a little bit of a wiggle. Yeah, make sure that lower back is nice and released. So from here, you're going to turn the head down, roll the heels in, turn the palms in, come into your dart position. So I'm reaching away, lengthening through the fingertips. And then I'm going to release. Left ear to the floor. Give the back a wiggle. Let everything be easy on the other side. And again, reach. Lengthening through the fingers, rolling the heels in. Find that upper back extension, your dart position. And then release the right ear to the floor. Hands by the side, give it a little release. Again, lift up, reach away. Find those fingertips lengthening. And then release, left ear to the floor. Down again. Lifting up, reaching through the fingers. Good. And this time, relax. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Push all the way back to your shell stretch. And thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Good. Switch sides. So coming on to hands and knees. Let's see some rotation. You've got 2 options. You can either keep both knees bent or you could lengthen your left leg straight. So my left leg is straight. I'm bringing my right hand to my temple. I'm going to turn away from the left foot. And then I'm threading the needle. Right hand comes underneath the left armpit. So again, you can do this if you prefer to do this with both knees bent, you can do that. If you want to do it with the left leg straight, you'll get a little bit more twist through the full spine into the pelvis, which feels quite good right now. A little bit more of a spiral effect. And the needle reaching through. Good. Press it away. Last one on this side. Good. Switch sides, straighten the right leg. Left hand to the temple, turn in the opposite direction. And then we're threading the needle with the left arm coming through. Good. Really just encouraging that natural twist, that little bit of lift through your tummy. Good. That's fun. Okay, relax. Right, core work. So have a pillow for your head. Obviously, you've got your softball. I'm not going to particularly do anything with the softball today, but if you know you need it for your head and neck, it might be something that you want to have. Fold your mat in half for me. Pillow is underneath the head. And just have a lie onto your back on the mat. Okay, so let's start super simple, all right? So we just want to get that pelvis rocking. So I want you to allow that pelvis to tip under, lengthening the lower back to the floor and rocking in the opposite direction. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a warm-up kind of extension and ab prep with this movement in a second. But we'll just get that pelvis moving initially. So bring both hands by the side. I want you to tip the pelvis, arch the back, turn the palms up, lift the ribs, let the chin lift. So I'm extending the spine. Then I'm going to turn the palms down, lengthen the lower back and do a curl up like an ab prep. Then you're going to slowly release down, arch the back, lift the ribs, lift the chin. Palms up, and then palms down, curl up, lengthen up, lift up. Couple more. So it's not so much loads of abs, it's getting the spine moving through extension and flexion. Yeah, so I'm letting the spine extend, head comes down, chin lifts, palms up. And then I'm tipping the pelvis in the opposite direction, lifting up, curling up. Good, 2 more. Big breath in on that extension. Exhale, activate, feel those lower abs, draw in on the curl up. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, curling up. Good, now bring the hands behind the back of the head to support the head. Let the pelvis rock back and forward with the hands behind the back of the head till you find that sweet spot where your lower abs have to work really hard. Yeah, so my pubic bone's slightly higher than my hip bones. And then I'm going to allow my head and shoulders to release back down. Now, maintain that position of my pelvis. So the exercise before, we were moving the pelvis. On the next exercise, I want you to keep your pelvis still. So you're trying to find that pubic bone slightly higher than the hip bones. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, you're going to curl the head and shoulders up. Float the right heel and then the right toe. Just off the floor and no more. Toe down, heel down, open up the chest. Breathe in. Keep finding your imprint. Check your pubic bones higher than your hip bones. Curl the head and shoulders up. Lift the heel. Float the toe just off the floor and no more. Toe down, heel down, open up your chest. Good. And again, curling up. Find your imprint. So you want to really find your lower tummy. Heel, float the toe and no more. Find your tummy muscles. Toe down, heel down, open up your chest. Left side again. Curling up, heel, toe float. Toe, heel, open up. Last one each side. Curling up, heel, toe, heel. Breathing out, heel, toe. This time, lift one leg to tabletop, float the other leg up to tabletop. Oblique bicycle. Rotate opposite elbow to knee. All the way through center, opposite elbow to knee. Finding your tummy. Good. As you're twisting, opposite elbow to knee. Breathing out, keep those elbows wide. Good. Get that lovely little connection through your core. Now, the biggest challenge here is maintaining your imprint. Yeah, so I want you to really think about your lower tummy muscles. So tip the pubic bone under a little bit more, Jennifer. Try and get the lower back a little bit flatter. Yeah, there. I try and maintain that. That's it. As you move through the upper body, which is a lot more beautiful. There you go. Good. Last two. Breathing out. Don't pull too much on the neck, Drina. Last one. Good. And hug the knees into the chest. Okay. Have a little rock through the lower back. So feet down on the floor. Again, I want you to find that imprint. So you're finding that pubic bone slightly higher than the hip bones. Bring your hands onto your ribs. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Let the rib cage sink to the floor. Everyone but Darina. Darina, you obviously know what you're doing with that one. So you're really letting those ribs sink and soften. I'm finding my imprint. I'm connecting through my core. Now, let's bring the arms up to the ceiling, sinking the ribs. Breathe in. Maintain that position of the ribs soft, finding your imprint as you float both legs into your tabletop position. Opposite arm and leg, dab bug. So one leg taps down, one arm reaches back. Trying to find that connection through your rib cage and your core. As we go through those toe taps. Opposite arm and leg. Good. Now, the biggest challenge here is, can you keep your rib cage sunk, maintaining your imprint as you tap? Good. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. The leg doesn't need to tap all the way to the floor. Remember, the focus is on your middle of your midsection, your imprint, and your rib cage. Good. Last one each side. Okay. Hug your knees into the chest. Put the feet back on the floor. Bring your arms into your T position with your palms out. So out to the side on the mat with the palms up. Bring the feet and the knees together. Just to let the knees roll slowly to one side. Let the head move in the opposite direction. Nice gentle twist. Good. Doesn't need to be a big movement. Use the tummy muscles to draw back to center. And then move the knees in the opposite direction. Head rolls to the other side. Good. Knees in one, head in the other. Good. Last one. Okay, so bridges, palm. Do you want to do something other than a bridge potentially and do some ab work? Otherwise, take your pillow that's behind the back of your head and put it between your knees. So feet are on the floor. Arms are relaxed, ribs are sunk. Okay, we're going to squeeze the knees into your pillow And I want you to slowly start to peel the spine up vertebrae at a time into your bridge position. So reaching your knees over the toes. Now think about your big toe connection. Squeeze your bum, push that pelvis up. Ribs soft, lower abs. Good. And then you're going to melt through the ribs. Soften the rib cage. Let the ribs go as you peel the spine all the way back down to your neutral. Good. Again, rolling up. So you're peeling the spine up. Really get those glutes on. As you press the pelvis to the ceiling, yeah, think about that connection between your ribs and your lower abs. Good. Before you're melting down, allow the ribs to sink and soften, coming all the way back down to your starting position. Good. Let's do a couple more of these. So again, you're going to peel up, reaching your knees over the toes. Now at the top, soften your ribs. Let those ribs go. Press the pelvis to the ceiling. Breathe in, expand the rib cage. On that exhale, squeeze the knees into the pillow. Find your tummy muscles. Good. Now squeeze a little bit tighter with those knees. Keep those hips up if you can. Before you start peeling and rolling all the way back down to the starting position, releasing through. One more time, and we're going to move on. Good. Peeling up, rolling up. Find that connection. Reaching your knees over the toes as you lift up. Soften the ribs, glutes on. Squeeze the knees into the pillow. A little bit tighter. Find your tummy. Good. Before we release and start to roll down, peeling back to your starting position. Okay, let's come off our backs. So take the pillow out. Let's come on to hands and knees. You might want to put the pillow underneath the knees if that feels good, if you need it for your knees. We're going to do some super bands, a little bit of side lying, and then we're done. So slide the shoulders down the back. Find that all four position. Now let your belly relax down to the mat. So my belly's kind of hanging out, letting it go. Breathing in. And then I'm going to breathe out. Feel my tummy muscles lift up towards my spine. I'm going to try and stay active with that as I slide my left leg back, reach my right arm up. So really trying to press the floor away. Lower the knee, release the arm. To glide and slide with the other leg. Opposite leg slides away, opposite arm lifts up. And then again, controlling the knee and the arm back. Opposite leg and arm, pushing the floor away. Good. Controlling the knee and the arm back in. So again, I'm working on that alternating movement through the arms and legs. Good. Trying to find that connection through the glute, through the tummy muscles. And obviously you're minimizing that shift from side to side. You're trying to keep that body as still and controlled as you can. Good. Rotate. And last one. Okay. Send your bum back to your heels. Come off the wrists for a little bit. We're going to focus a little bit on the hips with the next one. If you don't like being on the wrists, you could come down onto the forearms if you prefer. So what we're doing is we're back on hands and knees. And I'm going to slide my left leg straight, point the toe, lift it up. Yeah. So from here, I'm going to move it slightly out to the side. Turn the toes out, roll the heel in. Now start to bend that knee towards the shoulder. Keep that lifted inside knee. Push the heel back. Roll the toes back towards the floor as the hip comes back into parallel. Yeah. And again, turn the toes out. Move it out to the side, let the knee bend. Push the leg back. And then feel that thigh roll as we come back to center. And again, move, pull the knee in. Press the leg back, rolling the hip back to center. Good, couple more. Leg comes out to the side. Keep it high as it draws through. Kick back. Toes in. Last one. Kicking back. Draw through center. Give the wrists a little break. You might want to even twist the wrists on the forearm before we do the right side. So right side, I'm going to kick that right leg straight. Toes come out to the side. Let that knee bend, trying to keep that height. Push the heel back straight, roll it into center. So and again, working through the hip joint, finding that stability through the glute. As it comes and moves through. Good, so continuing to work through the hip, work through the leg in that rotational movement. And feel burn, last one-ish. Good. And relax. Right, let me see how much time I've got. About 2 minutes. Okay, so lying on your side, let's just do a nice little kind of little bit of side movement, little bit of rotation. So lying on your side, bottom knee bent, top leg straight, bring the top arm up, and let's find that lovely big banana stretch. So I'm reaching the leg away, reaching the arm away. And then let the arm come up to the ceiling, let the leg glide in. So again, I'm going to reach it away, stretch the arm overhead. Draw it in. Good, last one. Reach. And release. Now bring the hands onto the hip. Lift the leg up, really pointing the toes. Let's just do some lovely hip circles in this position. So imagine I'm drawing circles with my big toe. Circling that leg and the hip. Just again, bringing a little bit of awareness to that glute, because I don't know about you, but sitting has been a big thing this Christmas. Just working through that hip joint, circling that hip in the socket for 2. And 1. Flex the foot, bend the elbow, bring the hand to the temple. So start with just kicking the leg. Forward for 2, kick back. Forward for 2, point the toe, kick the leg back. And then let's add that upper body. Chest to the ceiling, roll the chest forward as the leg kicks back. So just allowing that spine to move as that leg kicks forward and reaches back. Good. Last one-ish. And switch. So switching to the other side. So again, I went top leg straight and really reaching through that leg. And then it's just, oh yes, we need to do our banana. Top arm comes overhead as the leg stretches away. Really find that length. And then bring the arm back up. Leg releases over. And again, glide, find your reach. Arm comes up, gliding back. Last one. Glide away. Hand comes onto the hip, let that top leg lift. Pointing the toe, and again, we're going for those hip circles. Circling the hip in the socket. Good for 2. Flex the foot, and then again, we're going to kick forward for 2. Kick and back. Working that hip joint. So again, forward for 2. Point the toe, kick back. Let's add the upper body. As you kick forward, the chest opens to the ceiling. As you kick back, the chest rolls forward. So again, keeping that moving. Kick forward, chest opens. Kick back, roll forward. Good. Last one. And release. Right, cross the legs, come up to sits. Oh, reach the hands forward. It was like a Speedy Gonzalez Pilates we warm up. But hopefully